chariot and let me ride. Swing down, chariot, and let me ride. Oh Lord, please, Lord, come and easy. I've got a home on the other side.
Why don't you swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride? Swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I've got a home on the other side. Well, Ezekiel went down in the middle of the field. He saw an angel working on the chariot wheel. He wasn't particular about that chariot wheel. He just wanted to see how the chariot feels. Why don't you swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride? Swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I've got a home on the other side. Well, Ezekiel went down and he got on board. The chariot went a bumping on down that old road. He wasn't particular about the bump in the road. He just wanted to lay down his heavy load. Why don't you swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride? Swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I've got a home on the other side. Well, this good old world's got me frightened all the time. I got to feed my family, so I work for that time. The good Lord gives peace and He'll give you sweet rest. Just consider all the good things and you'll know you've been blessed. Why don't you swing down, chariot, swing down, chariot, swing down, chariot, swing down, chariot. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I've got a home on the other side. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I've got a home on the other side. Swing down, chariot, down. I know man, funny little man. I know man, funny little man. I know man, funny little man. Mr. Nobody. I know a funny little man as quiet as a mouse, who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. 'Tis he who always tears up books and leaves the door ajar. He pulls the buttons from our shirts and scatters bits of fog. That squeaking door will always squeak for privy, don't you see? We leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. He puts wet wood upon the fire. He puts what's good upon the fire. That's handles get up bringing mud. It's on the feet that's bringing mud, and all those are big songs. The penguin's always on his sleigh. There's man on top, let's bring him up. What's Mr. Nobody? The finger guns among us were mine, none of us were made. We never let those good tidings fade. He never spills things that time bound to see. Are not our boots, not our boots, not your boots, not our boots, not your boots, not our boots. If not our boots, then whose boots? It's plain to see they all belong to Mr. Nobody. Follow, Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua in the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. You can talk about the kings of Gideon,
Talk about the man of Saul.
but there's not like the good old Joshua at the battle of Jericho. Joshua in the battle of Jericho.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 49th commencement ceremony at Kirtland Community College. To begin the evening, please rise for our color guard from the U.S. Army West Branch Recruiting Station. Remain standing for the national anthem sung by Joshua Esch, a Fairview dual-enrolled vocal ensemble student led by Mr. Kevin Salisbury. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Host colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good evening, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the graduating class of 2018. As college president, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome you to this 49th commencement exercise of Kirtland Community College. I am pleased that so many are in attendance in this auditorium or watching online to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. Graduates, please let me offer my congratulations to you. The awards and degrees you will be receiving are a tribute to your hard work and your commitment to higher education. You should be proud of your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me state a few reasons why I am proud of our graduates. First, Kirtland students who transfer to a university are very successful. University leaders tell me that our graduates are well prepared, hardworking, dedicated to learning, and they do better academically than students who start as native freshmen. Secondly, Kirtland students live in more than 100 communities. Those that commute often travel long distances in the cold of a winter morning or in the dark of an evening to attend our classes. Our graduates are my heroes because of their extraordinary effort to continue their education. Third, a vast majority of our graduates in technical programs have to pass state licensing examinations or gain industry certification to become employed. Our graduates are very successful in meeting the workplace standards and are valued employees in the workforce. I am also proud of the many Kirtland alumni that have taken their place in society and have contributed to our quality of life in Michigan and beyond. Graduates, please remember that you are a member of Kirtland's family, that you are always welcome at any of our locations. We ask that you visit us when you can, tell us of your accomplishments, and help us when you're called upon. On behalf of all employees, I offer my special thanks to the family members that are present. I know that you have provided often needed support, which has helped these graduates complete their education. It is now my honor to introduce the members of the Board of Trustees of Kirtland Community College, along with other platform participants and special guests. As I introduce each individual, will they please stand to be recognized? And I ask that audience hold their applause until each group is introduced. Please follow my lead in the applause. The members of the Board of Trustees are Ms. Marianne Farragon, Mr. Jack Kramer, and Mr. Ed Perrin. Please give these people a round of applause. The others that join us on the stage are Vice President of Instructional Services, Dr. Julie Lavender. Our commencement speaker, Mr. David Leiden. And a faculty representative for this ceremony, History and Humanities Professor, Mr. John Thiel. I would also ask you to recognize the commencement marshals seated in the front of the audience, and they are Vice President of Student Services, Mr. Jason Broge, Vice President of Student Services and Registrar, Ms. Michelle Viscoschel, Director of Information Technology, Mr. Matt Bierman, Coordinator of Training and Compliance, Mr. Dale Shantz, and Director of Library Services, Ms. Deb Shoemaker. If you would, please. I now ask that Professor Thiel lead us in the rest of this ceremony.
Thanks, Dr. Quinn. I wish I could do the rest of the ceremony. I'll just do the next portion. You don't want to hear me talk all night. But just a few remarks about our graduates before we proceed with the ceremony. Kirtland graduates, as you all know, because you either are currently graduating or you are a family or friend of a graduate, or you are a graduate yourself already, Kirtland graduates are amazing people. They balance work schedules, family responsibilities, time traveling to and from their classes. Sometimes they might feel better in skis than in a car with the weather we've had lately, especially 2 weeks ago when we could have skied here. They have so many commitments, and yet they excel academically. They have goals, they're driven, and they amaze me. Every year that I do this job, I'm amazed by our students. And I would like to do just a couple of things here to acknowledge the diversity of our students and the things that they've had to balance while they've attended this college and while they've worked towards the degrees and certificates that we're awarding them with tonight. Before we do that, though, I'd like to give them a chance to recognize a few people. So if we could, just for a second, could we have the house lights up just for a second, if possible? Oh. You can imagine that the house lights are up? Okay. All right. What I'd like to do is actually thank you, perfect. I'd like to have the graduates stand up briefly. And as the lights come up, if you look around the auditorium, find the family members and friends who have come out tonight to support you in your journey I'd like you to give them a round of applause. Now that's pretty awesome when people bring signs to cheer for you. That's fantastic. Now don't get comfortable. Before you sit down, graduates, if you'll also look off to, I believe it would be your left, you'll notice in the front on this side, you'll see our faculty. Could we have a round of applause for the faculty? You might not always like us, but we like you, and we've helped you along your way. Also, while you're standing, if we have any staff members, Kirtland staff members who have also been so instrumental in working with our students, could we have them stand up and be recognized as well, real quick? If they're sprinkled throughout the audience. I'll tell you what, I'm going to recognize a few right now, actually. Every year, it seems we have a few retirements, and so graduates, while you're standing, I'd like you to turn behind you. Is Kathleen Ray here in the audience somewhere? She left. Oh, Kathleen Ray is retiring this year. She's been an amazing transfer coordinator for us. One other person isn't going to get off so easy. She's not retiring until the end of this calendar year, but standing up directly under the clock back there is Joanne Gave, who organizes this whole ceremony. I'd like to give her a round of applause. And one last thing, and then graduates, you can sit down for a second. We also have two faculty who are retiring this evening. With Alan Mabarak and Jane Lang, please stand. Thank you. Okay, graduates, you can sit down, but don't get too comfortable. Because we're going to do my favorite part of the commencement ceremony. And it's always a little different every year. I never know quite what is going to happen. We can have the house lights down again. Thank you. As I was mentioning before, we have a very diverse group of graduates in terms of their ages, their experience levels, what they're also balancing while they attend their classes and while they do their coursework. And so this may begin to feel like calisthenics, but that's okay. A little exercise before you throw your caps in the air to celebrate later on. With all of our graduates who graduated from high school within the last 3 years, please stand. And let's have a round of applause for them. Thank you. With any of our graduates who are still currently in high school, please stand. We have a graduate who will be receiving her associate's degree before her high school diploma. With our graduates who have worked at least part-time while attending Kirtland, please stand. Thanks. I'm always a little worried about this next bit because some people might get upset with me, but here it goes. With our graduates who are at least 25 years old, please stand. Now, don't sit down. With any graduate who is at least 35, please remain standing. You see where this is going. With any graduate who is at least 50 years old, please remain standing. And finally, if we have any graduates who are at least 60 years old, would you please remain standing? Oh, they're all lying. They all ducked out. Okay. Congratulations to them. With any graduates who are married, please stand. Thank you. You can sit down now, thank you. With any graduates who have children, please stand. With all of our single-parent graduates, please stand. I'm curious about this one. Do we have any graduates with grandchildren? If so, please stand. If you're graduating with at least one of your siblings tonight, would you please stand? That's fantastic. I asked that question last year. There were two brothers graduating, and they could not have been as far apart from each other as possible. That said something. Do we have any parents who are graduating with their children tonight? Would you please stand? Congratulations. With anyone who is the first person in your family to graduate from college, please stand. Amazing, thank you. And finally, with anyone who is currently serving or has served in our armed forces, please stand. Thank you very much. Amazing group of people. It impresses me every year. You'll all get your chance to stand up again later on when you come up and walk across the stage. Before we get to that point, I do want to mention, if you have anything to write with on you tonight, you have your little cards there. One of my most feared moments is if I destroy the pronunciation of your name later in the evening. If you brought a pen or a pencil, you might want to spell your name out phonetically for me so I don't slaughter it in front of your friends and family. I'd hate to do that to you. So, at this point, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker for the evening, Mr. David Leiden. David Leiden is an award-winning reporter and anchor who joined Northern Michigan's news leader as an intern in May of 2014. He stayed on as an intern until May 2015 when he joined the station full-time after graduating from Central Michigan with a degree in broadcast and cinematic arts and a minor in sports management. He graduated from Fairview High School in May of 2011 and was also dual enrolled in classes at Kirtland Community College during his senior year. He's a former student of mine. We're still on speaking terms. He now reports for the station on a daily basis and also anchors 9 and 10 News at 5. During his time at 9 and 10 News, he's been recognized as one of the top reporters in the state by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. Among his many accomplishments, he's proud to have helped lead the station's coverage of the 2016 presidential election. He was honored by the Michigan Associated Press for his coverage of the Baby Kate trial in Lovington, and he traveled to Madisonville, Kentucky to cover the Great American Eclipse in August of 2017. Please welcome Mr. David Leiden.
Thank you very much, Professor Thiel. I'm glad we're still on speaking terms. It's been a while since we've done a story together. Yeah, we'll have to get together for that. This is an awesome night for all of you. Congratulations, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you tonight. I sat down a few weeks ago to kind of start figuring out what I wanted to put in this speech and what I wanted to tell you. And I was reminded of a moment from one of my favorite television shows. Professor Thiel, you'll appreciate this, The West Wing. Fantastic show. There's one scene that kept coming back to mind. It was later in the show, and there were a group of staffers gathered in the West Wing. They were concerned about the President's State of the Union, that it was not long enough to get his point across. And at that point, the seasoned chief of staff spoke up and reminded everyone that Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address was just 4 minutes long, and it charted the course of history for the next century. So that's my goal here tonight, not to chart the course of history for the next century, but to be brief and get my point across, because I know you want these diplomas. I was in your position just 3 years ago. I am not up here tonight speaking to you because I am challenging Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos to be the richest man in the world, although that would be pretty cool. I'm not up here tonight because I have a bunch of degrees and am leading an Ivy League school out on the East Coast. Nor am I up here tonight because I found a cure for a disease while also finding time to run a Fortune 500 company. I'm up here tonight because I started out just like you. I was a guy from a small town with a dream for success. That was it. As I headed off to college 7 years ago, I was heading to a university that had a student population more than double that of my hometown and my home county. And I went there thinking that, well, people from big towns are the only ones that ever make it. People from big cities are the only ones that truly ever, quote unquote, make it. But I quickly discovered that coming from a small town and taking classes, whether in person or online, at a small community college was probably the best thing that had ever happened to me. That's because I learned the values of hard work and not giving in. And as we just saw, all of you have worked extremely hard to get to where you are today, and you should be incredibly proud of yourselves. And there were probably times, you can admit it, you didn't know if you were really going to make it. You're juggling kids, work, marriage, and school. But I wanted to share something with you that I've learned in my several years in the quote-unquote real world, and that, yes, people are going to look at where you're from. Employers, professors at bigger universities, they're going to ask that question, but they also look at so much more. And there are two things in particular that they really look at: attitude and effort. You see, if you control those two things, there is nothing in this world that you cannot accomplish. When you have a positive attitude and give a maximum effort, no matter the situation you are put in or the goal you are trying to reach, you become an unstoppable force that can truly accomplish anything. And that's what I attribute much of what I've been able to do today: a positive attitude and a maximum effort, because that is what truly stands out to people when they're looking at who to hire, who to give a promotion to, or who to send on that business trip to Florida or Las Vegas for the week. They want that person who has the best outlook and always gives it their all. It doesn't matter if they came from a big or small town. What matters is how hard they work, and sometimes, more importantly, the lessons you learn along the way. There's no good talent in this world that does not get noticed or rewarded. And I'm sure every single one of you has an idea of what you'd like to do once you get your diploma tonight. And there is absolutely no reason that you should not go for it. You should never let anything stop you, and it is okay to step out of your comfort zone and see what the world has to offer. Work hard, make smart choices, and stay true to your faith, and there is nothing in this world that you cannot accomplish. And when things get dicey, remember, there are two things you control: attitude and effort. The only person in this world who will ever hold you back from accomplishing what you want is you. It will mean stepping out of your comfort zone, but if you go out there and make yourself known for all the right reasons, I promise you, you will get there. One of the great things about my job as a news reporter is that I get to meet some absolutely amazing people across northern Michigan and across the world. And these are people that are changing the world. They're changing my way of thinking. And I wanted to share with you just two people that I've met that have imparted some wisdom on me. The first was a man who is a man of few words. But one of the things that stood out to me, he told me one time, "Family is good." Those are the only three words of the entire conversation that we had. He just walked by and said, "Family is good." And he's right, family is good. It is difficult in the industry I am in to sometimes make time for family and friends. We work some weird long hours, nights, weekends, midnight to 9 a.m., but as much as you can in your future, make sure that you make time for your family and your friends. An extra hour or two at the office is going to pale in comparison to an hour or two surrounded by the ones you love. That email is still going to be back and waiting for you when you get back to the office. That project, it's still going to be waited to be completed. But nothing is more important than being with the ones you love. Make time for them, and it is okay to leave work behind. The second comes from a woman I've gotten to know very well recently, as I've done a number of stories on the opioid crisis that is sweeping across our country. I was interviewing her it was about 5 or 6 months after she lost her daughter in Chicago to an opioid overdose, and this woman had seen unimaginable pain happen to her and to her family. And one of the final questions I asked her was, how do we stop this? Given how rampant this crisis is, I was essentially asking her, how do we change the world? And this was her response. She said, random acts of kindness go a really long way. A smile, a hug, and sometimes just genuinely asking somebody how they're doing She said that is what got her through one of the hardest parts of her life. And if we all committed to at least just one random act of kindness a day, I truly think we changed the world. And I'll leave you with this. It is from St. Catherine of Siena. She was a trailblazing woman that saw immense hardship in her life. She said, if you become all that you are meant to be, you will set the world on fire. If you become all that you are meant to be, you will set the world on fire. Go set the world on fire, class of 2018. You have earned it, and the world's waiting. Congratulations.
Thank you, David. I'm going to make you stand up one more time. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the administration, the staff, faculty, and students at Kirtland, we'd like to thank you for being our speaker this year and present you with this plaque. And come back anytime. Next, I'd like to introduce Kirtland's Outstanding Alumnus for 2018. Each year, Kirtland presents an award to our outstanding alumnus to a person who represents educational attainment beyond their time at Kirtland, as well as professional accomplishments, involvement in the community, leadership, and support of education. This year's outstanding alumnus for 2018 is Roscommon County Sheriff Edward Stern. After finishing high school in 1991, Edward Stern moved to Roscommon County, began to attend Kirtland Community College to earn an associate degree in criminal justice. Sheriff Stern was certified as a police officer with the Roscommon County Sheriff's Office, and in 1994 began serving as a road patrol deputy. In 2008, he was appointed to the position of undersheriff, which he served in Roscommon County until 2015. During his tenure, he's focused on many of his efforts on community outreach programs, finding new ways to serve the citizens of Roscommon County. Sheriff Stern has served on the boards of the Northern Michigan Mutual Aid Consortium, the Northern Michigan Law Enforcement Training Group, the Roscommon County 911 Authority Board, the Roscommon County Local Emergency Planning Team, the Roscommon County Active Violent Incident Planning Team, the Safe School Initiative Planning Team, the Roscommon County Collaborative Board, the Three Lakes Communities That Care Substance Abuse Prevention and Education Program, the member of Roscommon County Marketing Group for Drug Abuse Education, and the Kirtland Regional Police Academy MCOLS Advisory Board. He's busy. In addition, Sheriff Stern is the lead instructor for the Kirtland Regional Police Academy, where he's been teaching new officers in firearms, physical training, defensive tactics, PPCT, use of force, deployment of chemical irritants, contact weapons, and TASER since 1996. Sheriff Stern's been married to his wife Angie for 20 years, and they have two children, Gabriel and Rihanna. Sheriff Stern's a volunteer coach at Roscommon High School for varsity wrestling, varsity football, and JV baseball, and was a past coach of youth wrestling and Little League baseball. He's also a volunteer for Kiwanis and is active locally with Special Olympics fundraisers, as well as many other local community projects. For these reasons and more, we'd like to present him with an award as Kirtland's Outstanding Alumnus for 2018. Sheriff Stern, please come forward.
We could have shortened up that biography a little bit. Sorry about that. I'd like to thank everyone for allowing me to be here tonight, and I'd especially like to thank Kirtland College for bestowing me with this honor of being the Alumni of the Year. I've been on this stage before many times as my tenure here at Kirtland Community College. First time I was here was back in 1993 when I sat in the seats that you guys are sitting in now, waiting to graduate. Since then, I've been on this stage many times, giving out awards to cadets of the police academy who excelled in different disciplines in the academy. But I can honestly say that this time is different. I'm humbled today, standing here in your presence. Today isn't about me, though. It's about you, the graduate. So I'm not going to take very much of your time because I know you want these and you want to get out of here, and I stand in your way. But I want to speak just briefly about my experiences that I feel that are important as you venture forward, whether you're continuing with your education or you're entering into the workforce. When I first started here at Kirtland, I was 18 years old. I had moved from outside of Detroit up to Houghton Lake, lived in my family cabin by myself, no parents around, no one in my ear telling me what to do, that I needed to study, I needed to do my homework, I needed to go to class. And about halfway through my first semester here at Kirtland, it was evident that my focus wasn't on my education. It was more on my freedom and making my own decisions. But I had an instructor here that pulled me out of class. He took me out in the hallway. He says, "What do you want to do with your life?" I said, "Well, I want to be a police officer." He says, "Well, you better get your stuff together then, because the road you're going down right now, you're never going to make it." And from that moment on, changed my thought process and my decision making, and ultimately led to my success in my career. But it taught me something. Success is not given to you. You have to earn it. There's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs to get there. I see that quote daily in one of our community centers, and it always brings light to me, because I think it resonates in all aspects of our life, whether it be in our personal relationships, our career, or our education. We see on a daily basis that people expect to be given things, and they don't want to work for it. And a lot of times people stop short of their full potential because it's either hard or it's difficult to achieve. After graduation today, I think you've made it halfway up the stairs. What you do from here determines if you make it to the top. Work hard, and good things will come from that work. Challenge yourself every day. I've had the privilege to serve a wonderful community, educate future law enforcement officers, and to be a volunteer coach for 3 different high school sports. But that doesn't come without sacrifice. Many of you have made many sacrifices in your life to get to this point, whether it be working while attending school, sacrificing your time with your family, or even giving up your own personal time to do the things that you enjoy. But in the end, it's all worth it. I challenge you from now on to be the best person you can be. Don't settle for anything else. Be a mentor, be a role model, a scholar, be a leader. But give thanks to those who supported you and encouraged you to get to where you are now. You owe it to them to succeed. You've overcome the biggest obstacle, but now you have to continue on to the next one. Make sure you get over that obstacle. I've been blessed to have what I feel to be a very successful career, but I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for many different influences in my life, so I need to send some thanks out. First off, I need to thank my parents. They set the original foundation for me that got me to where I am now. I need to thank Kirtland Community College for the excellent education that I received and the support that I received from the faculty here. I want to thank the community that I proudly serve every day. And I also want to thank my wife and my children for continuously supporting me. In closing, I want to congratulate you for the achievements, and I encourage you to be a successful member of society. Thank you.
Okay, the moment you've been waiting for. Will the candidates of the class of Kirtland 2018 please rise? Dr. Quinn, I present to you the graduating class of 2018.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of 2018, upon successful completion of the requirements for graduation and the authorities of the laws of the state of Michigan and the powers vested in my office by the Board of Trustees of this college, I hereby confer upon you the degrees and certificates which you have earned.
Class, please be seated. First row, please rise. Marshals, will you escort them to the stage?
Harley Alexis Broche, Associate in Science and Arts, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Erica Elliott Luck, Associate in Applied Science and Cosmetology, Esthetician Special Certificate, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Tracy Marie Toth, Associate in Arts. Tiffany Marie McDonald, Associate in Accounting, summa cum laude. Kayla M. McDonald, Associate in Applied Science Business Management, Associate in Applied Science Technology Management, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Nathan Morey, Associate in Applied Science Automotive Technology, Automotive Technology Master Certification Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Certificate of Completion. Hunter Hall, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Master Certification Certificate of Completion. Ronald Lee Watson III, Associate in Accounting. Michael A. Wagner, Welding and Fabricating Certificate of Completion, cum laude. Tony J. Horton, Associate in Applied Science, Heating, Ventilation, AC Refrigeration, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Madison Leita Kozad, Associate in Applied Science, Foundations in Art and Design, magna cum laude. Darren Kyle Messer, Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Technology, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Master Certification Certificate of Completion. Jake Wixall, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Master Certification Certificate of Completion. Jonathan Rama Willett, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Master Certification Certificate of Completion. Kurt Michael Miller, Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Technology, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Master Certification Certificate of Completion. Amanda Zastro, Associate in Business Administration, Associate in Science and Arts, Phi Theta Kappa. Victoria Rose Dort, Medical Assistant, Certificate of Completion. Dale Arthur Lapointe, Medical Assistant, Certificate of Completion. Riley Comet, Associate in Science and Arts. Justine Gosicki, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information Technology. Aaron Woden, Associate in Science and Arts, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Patrick Ray Wesley, Automotive Technology Diesel Service Specialist Certificate of Completion, Automotive Technology Master Certification Certificate of Completion. Jenna Helt, Associate in Applied Science Cosmetology, Cosmetology Certificate of Completion. Jennifer Kathleen Yates, Medical Billing and Coding Certificate of Completion, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Michelle Burke, Associate in Business Administration, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Woo! Savannah Lee Price, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Carrie Lee Draper, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, magna cum laude. Mariah Michael Kanuski, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Marika Ann Pappas, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, cum laude. Caitlin Bryce Hans, Associate in Applied Science and Nursing. She brought her own cheering section. Anna Marie Densmore, Associate in Science and Arts, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Lynn Johnston, Medical Assistant, Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Vanessa Joy DeColumna, Associate in Science and Arts, Medical Assistant Certificate of Completion, cum laude. Nancy Jean Ryder, Medical Assistant Certificate of Completion. Jade Williams, Medical Assistant Certificate of Completion. Julie Ann Morrison, Medical Assistant Certificate of Completion, cum laude. Casey Smith, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, summa cum laude. Caitlin Bohm Kangas, Caitlin Bohm Kangas, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography, cum laude. See, my worst fears are coming true. Rebecca Elizabeth Gilds, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Alicia Ruth Genge, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Olivia Claire Tremonti, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Kristen Ann Allen, Associate in Applied Science, Cardiac Sonography. Mercedes Frechette, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Amber Lynn Brooks, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Secretary. Amanda Jo Bonacci, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Angela Marie Bonacci, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jillian Bolton, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Lucille Ann Dunham, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, Associate in Science and Arts. Jessica Ostrander, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Katori Stone, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude. Hannah E. Martin, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Victoria Likovic, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Livia Bell Tyler, Associate in Science and Arts, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. That's a new one. David A. Middleton, Welding and Fabricating Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude. Sage Alexander Campbell, Welding and Fabricating Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude. William J. Zeck, Welding and Fabricating Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude. Bethany Leanne Rickert, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Heather Sue Verb, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Natasha Jackson, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Gotcha. Charday Lindale Jackson, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Corey Charles Blankenship, Associate in Applied Science, Mechatronics Industrial Technician, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Adrian J. Brooks, Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Technology, Electrical Technology Certificate of Completion, cum laude. Brittany K. Hasty, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Tessa Dinsmore, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Tracy Ann Griefor, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Ayla K. Ferns, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude. Amanda Raffi, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Cheyenne Potter, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Harold J. Murthis III, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Caitlin Marie Anthony, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Linda Gail Goff, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Megan Lee Erickson, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Nicole Marie DeShano, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Mallory Lynn Winchester, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information Technology. Lynetta Renee Jackson, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information Technology. Rachel Grace Carr, Associate in Science and Arts, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. China Rosemarie Bouchard, Associate in Applied Science, Photography. Ashley Renee Schaefer, Associate in Accounting. Zachary A. Fisher, Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Technology, Electrical Technology Certificate of Completion. Melissa Ann Johnson, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude. Keela Neto, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion. Kenzie Lynn Frazo, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion. Shauna H. Kelly, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion. Eric Thomas Smecker, Associate in Science and Arts. Anne Marie Bolzman, Associate in Arts, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Robert J. Bolzman Jr., Associate in Science and Arts, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Richard J. McCory, Associate in Applied Science, Welding and Fabricating Certificate of Completion, magna cum laude. Tyler J. Martin, Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Technology, Associate in Applied Science, Mechatronics Facilities Technician, cum laude. Rosalie M. Schaefer, Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Technology, Associate in Applied Science, Mechatronics Facilities Technician, Electrical Technology Certificate of Completion. Nicholas Bergstrom, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Bradley Dean Arnett, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Dallas V. Vo, Associate in Science and Arts. Danny V. Vo, Associate in Arts. Sadie Curtis, Cosmetology Certificate of Completion, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Kenneth P. Riley, Associate in Arts. Landon R. Weissel, Welding and Fabricating Certificate of Completion, magna cum laude. Hannah Richmond, Associate in Arts, magna cum laude. Jerica Ann Canole, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion, magna cum laude. Alicia Campbell, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion, cum laude. Hillary Opperman, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion, magna cum laude. Amber Abbas, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion. Ashley Patricia Rock, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion, cum laude. Sarah Budzinski, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion. Haley Alyssa Wilkins, Surgical Technology Certificate of Completion. I always love Kirtland's commencement because you go to some other graduation ceremonies and it's always so quiet and sedate and golf claps. We have air horns at Kirtland's commencement. That is how we roll. We celebrate graduation. This is fantastic. All right. Graduates, because that's where you are now, would you please rise? Now, we have to make this official. We have to make this official, so please follow my lead. Take your tassel, move it to the other side of your head. You're now graduates. Congratulations. And just briefly, before we begin the recessional, I've been remiss, I haven't pointed out yet that today is not only Kirtland's 2018 commencement, it is what should be a national holiday because today is May the 4th, and it is Star Wars Day. And I feel this calls for extra celebration. I wish we had lightsabers or something to shoot. I wore my Star Wars shoes. I don't know if that counts. But so this is extra special. So however you celebrate tonight, include a viewing of The Empire Strikes Back or two just to celebrate. Once again, congratulations to all of our graduates from 2018. One more round of applause. Fantastic. You deserve all the applause you get. Now, I'd like to ask all of our guests to remain seated through the recessional. Graduates, once you're released, you can exit all the way out to the building outdoors. Once the auditorium's clear and the guests have joined you outside, you can come back in. You can take photos on the stage if you want. It's a great place to take some pictures with your family, take all the pictures you want outside. We celebrate you and all your accomplishments. We look forward to hearing from you in the future. And once again, congratulations.